Greg Archer here in front of the MGM Grand, heading to the Ka Theater. Ka is a mind-bending show. The good news is we get to go behind the scenes to find out how this intricate show really works. I'm here with Kat Price, backstage at Ka. So Kat, tell us about you, what you do here.
I am the makeup supervisor for the resident shows in Las Vegas. There are 7 of them, and that means we have about 500 performers. We teach all of our performers how to apply their own makeup on a nightly basis. It's quite a challenge because 75% of our performers come to us as elite athletes, which means they've spent their lives learning how to do everything as acrobats with their large muscle groups and with their wrist locked. So when you go from this to the nuance of this, they have to learn a whole new skill set.
You're going to teach me to make up my face, right? Like a Ka performer.
I am. You're going to have a new adventure.
Great. Should I be scared?
Absolutely not.
I'm just following what you did, right? I give myself maybe a C. All right, so how do I look?
I think you look fantastic. You did a good job. You have good hands.
Yeah, I'm a good student, you think?
Absolutely.
You're a great teacher. This is fantastic. I'm going to wear this all day. This is a new me.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
She did this side, right?
She caught me. You can tell.
My name is Marie-Hélène Gagnon. I'm the artistic director here on Ka. I've been with Cirque for 10 years, and it's my 3rd show I'm taking care of. So the responsibility of an artistic director here is work on the integrations and the changes of images, but the overall quality of the show, which means all the visual, the music, the costumes, makeup, and the performance of the artists.
My name is Bai Ge. I'm with another Chinese people for the group we call Wushu group. So we're doing the Chinese martial arts in the show. So I'm doing the character called lead officer. I think this show is really amazing, you know. All the artists were from, I don't know, more 10 different countries, you know. But we feels like a big family, you know.
These people do amazing things, so how do you coach them and guide them to do these phenomenal acts? I'm just sort of blown away by it.
It's kind of different for every artist. Each artist has their own kind of like particular way of looking at things, and I suppose it's more about being a good coaching department to be able to actually bring the best out of each person. A huge part of their training is about acclimatization to the environment, in the same way that if you were going to climb Mount Everest, you would have to do it incrementally. Yeah. It's the same thing here.
My name's Keith Wright. I'm the operations production manager here at Ka. That basically means that I'm in charge of all the technical elements of the show, oversee the crew, and make sure that we have this big beast moving every day. This is one of our seats. The reason that I have this turned around is we have 2 speakers built into every seat. That being the case, we have a little over 4,000 speakers in the show. We have about 3,600 lighting fixtures in the show. We have almost 200 technicians in the show. So we're the largest of any Cirque show, and we're the largest of any fixed production show that I've ever even heard of, much less been involved with. We operate on 9 different floors for the show. We have 2 basements, we have 2 pit levels, we have 2 grid levels, we have stage level 3 and 4. Every one of our technicians has to go through a fall protection class before they're ever assigned a harness. Anytime the technicians get within 6 feet of an open fall hazard, they have to be in some form of a harness and fall protection. It's a pretty big deal here.
Tell us about this amazing stage. What is it called again, and how does it work? Because it's amazing.
We call it the tatami deck. I also call it the world's largest kitchen drawer. The actual stage surface is 30 feet by 30 feet. It travels in and out about 47 feet. The stage itself weighs 75,000 pounds, and it turns into a performance space. So again, the performance space is brought to the audience.
In addition to this kitchen drawer, you have this other stage somewhere hidden underneath there.
That we call the Sandcliffe deck. The reason we call it Sandcliffe deck, the first time you see it, it looks like a beach scene.
Yeah.
Next time you see it, it looks like a cliff. So Sandcliffe deck, perfect. It's 25 by 50 feet. It's 6 feet thick. It travels up and down 65 feet, tilts and spins. If you took a 2,100 square foot two-story house, they could go up and down 65 feet, tilt and spin. That's what that deck stage is. Same footprint, roughly the same weight. We tend to play with the audience's perspective and their relationship to the performance space. Not just the performers within the space, but the space itself.
So when you think of Ka, in the Ka experience, what words come to your mind?
Cool.
Fire, thrilling, kabuki.
When you come into the theater and you start watching the show, you feel like you're watching it's a movie. It's a lot of technique. You feel like, oh my God, this is on stage? This is a real thing,
I think that when the show opened, the first thing that people were impressed about was, of course, the enormous technical display. But because there is this lovely little story about the two twins from the imperial family that lose each other, will find each other, there's images that are very moving and tiny within this enormous universe.
Even though we have a huge amount of technology here, it's all in support of the art.
Every time a person sits in an audience anywhere in the world, they are a little 4-year-old who wants his bedtime story. What I like is for people to leave the house having had their turn, having had their bedtime story.